Hello Papua New Guinea and welcome to another episode of Sports In. Look, we're yet to see some actual sporting action happening here, but that's not to say there has been zero sports-related events happening. We've seen some administrative activities happening in the last few weeks. One of them, of course, is the sporting bodies having to seek approval from the PNG Sports Foundation and the controller to be permitted to resume the major sporting events. And also, there has been a number of annual general meetings that have been happening, and discussions from now onwards and how to go about the new normal has been part of the agenda. Apart from that, the major event this week was the Olympic Day, which was on Tuesday, June 23rd. Before we get too carried away, joining us here in studio, and you'll be seeing a lot more of him, is Lawrence Lahari. Lawrence, thank you for joining us here on Sports In, and welcome to the Sports In team.
Thank you, Dee. And, I got to make mention to our good brother, Bradley.
Yeah.
It's been an unprecedented time for sports, and basically a really tough time for sports in general in Papua New Guinea. And so, we just hope that Sports In over the next couple of weeks can be able to still give sports stories and encouragements to all our people out there that, athletes keeping fit, but also sharing on social messaging and, using sports as that vehicle to share those messages.
Yeah, absolutely. On the show, you'll catch the events that unfolded to mark the Olympics Day, and re-elected PNGFA President John Kapi-Natto joins us here in studio.
All right, let's check out the score line last weekend. So the round 6 of the NRL Telstra Premiership. I don't want to say it, but the Brisbane Broncos are yet to see the light at the end of the tunnel, losing to the Knights 27-6. Rabbitohs recorded a massive 40 points to 12 over the Warriors. The Penrith Panthers were too good against the Melbourne Storms, 21-14. They were drawn at 14-14 at one stage, and then Panthers pulled away again. Dragons 2 wins in a row now, beating the Titans 20 points to 8. The Cowboys got a 36-20 belting over the West Tigers. At one stage, it was 34-0 to the West Tigers. Roosters recording yet another win against the Parramatta Eels, 24-10. And Sea Eagles, who limped home from full-time, beat the Raiders 14-6. And the Sharks beat the Bulldogs by 2 points difference, recording 20-18 at full-time.
The Olympic Day falls on the 23rd of June every year to celebrate the Olympic movement and what it stands for, and is celebrated by all national Olympic committees worldwide, including PNG. Papua New Guinea became a member of the International Olympic Committee in 1974 when it was accorded National Olympic Committee status. This was just 2 years before making its first appearance at the Olympics in 1976. PNG Olympic Committee General Secretary and IOC member of Terapila shares more of this.
Olympism is a philosophy of life that draws together sport, culture, and education with the aim of creating a harmonious balance of body, will, and mind. It's a philosophy that's essential to the Olympic movement and also especially with the celebration of the Olympic Games. Yes, Olympic Day for us is very important. It is the day that 23rd of June where we will celebrate Olympic Day, and it's an important day for us in the Olympic movement because that's the day that we commemorate the establishment of the International Olympic Committee as well as the revival of the modern Olympic Games. And we use that opportunity to promote Olympism and also the Olympic values of the Olympic movement in terms of the values of respect, excellence, and friendship. So every year on Olympic Day, we try to organize and initiate activities that we take out to schools. That it's really about encouraging people to to stay active, participate in sport, and look after themselves, their well-being, and that's what sport is all about. And we use that Olympic Day as the opportunity for getting people to learn and discover and participate in sports and physical activity. The Papua New Guinea Olympic Committee, we are part of the Olympic movement, where the Olympic movement is made up of the International Olympic Committee, which is the organization that pretty much oversees the whole Olympic movement. So there is the International Olympic Committee, and there are 206 national Olympic committees. So our organization here, we are a National Olympic Committee, so we are one of 206 National Olympic Committees, and the National Olympic Committees are made up of national federations, like we have PNG Athletics, PNG Basketball. So all these bodies, they are Olympic, mainly the Olympic sports, they are affiliated members to the PNG Olympic Committee. We also have non-Olympic sports that are recognized by the International Olympic Committee. And a key part of the Olympic movement is the international federation. So the international federations like FIBA, the basketball, International Basketball Federation, International Athletics, FIFA, they are the international federations. So they are the three main constituents of the Olympic movement is the IOC, the National Olympic Committees, and the international federations. Papua New Guinea, we were accorded National Olympic Committee status in 1974, and that was to enable our participation in the 1976 Montreal Games in Canada. So that was our first Olympic Games, and we have participated in 10 Olympic Games so far. Olympians, according to our records, is 62 Olympians. And we've had the first Olympians that participated at the 1976 Games right through to the last Games in Rio, in Brazil in 2016. So we actually have a total of 62 Olympians now. And when you participate in an Olympics, you become an Olympian. You don't call them former Olympian. By participating in the Olympics, they carry that tag and that name as an Olympian for the rest of their life. Obviously, Ryan Pinney has competed in a number of games in 2004, 2008 Beijing, 2004 in Athens, 2008 in Beijing, 2012 in London. And Dikatoa, she's probably competed in more Olympic Games than any other Olympian from 2004, 2008, 2012. She didn't go to 2016, but she's trying to make history by attending her 5th Olympic Games. I was elected an IOC member in August 2016 at the Rio Olympic Games, and as an IOC member, I'm actually a representative of the International Olympic Committee in Papua New Guinea. I am not Papua New Guinea representative on the IOC, so members of the IOC, we are representatives of the International Olympic Committee in our countries. We are responsible to promote Olympism and oversee the Olympic movement in our countries and participate in the activities and organization of that are part of the Olympic movement.
Be sure to stick around. Up next, we check out activities that unfolded during the week to mark the Olympic Day. Welcome back. You're watching Sports Scene. Now, in the words of the founder of modern-day Olympics, Pierre de Coubertin, Olympism seeks to create a way of life based on joy found in effort, the educational value of the great example, and the respect for universal, fundamental, and ethical principles. The National Olympic Committees worldwide, along with the Olympians, have put up activities to mark the day this week. For Papua New Guinea, this week's commemoration was small yet fitting, given the current situation with COVID-19 pandemic and the precautionary measures.
For this year, the Olympic Day fell on Tuesday this week. PNG Olympic Committee staged an Olympic Day workout as part of the world's largest 24-hour digital Olympic workout. PNG Olympians, Team PNG athletes, as well as IOC member and Secretary General Ovita Rapila and other members of PNG OC turned up to participate.
As a former athlete and a coach now, Olympic Day is a day where we celebrate. It's about having fun, you know. Every athlete coming from different sporting backgrounds to come and celebrate this day, where it's all about having fun, working hard, and that's why we have the 3 Olympic values, which you will see that most athletes apply in their life and also in other big events when they're out there, is respect, friendship, and excellence. So those are the values that we try to emphasize every time as an athlete. You respect yourself out there. You get to meet other people, and you also build that friendship. And excellence is all about working hard. So as an athlete, you are out there, you get to train and commit yourself in training, so in order to achieve your dreams. And that's why Olympic Day is a very big day. We're not only Papua New Guinea Team PNG athletes celebrating, but it's also in other the 5 continents of the world that is also celebrating this Olympic Day.
Olympian and lifter Dikatoa was among the lot under clear skies down at Ella Beach.
The Olympic Day means a great deal to me, because as an Olympian, to commemorate or to be part of the Olympic Day is something special, because every year since I've started my career, I've always been overseas, and I've never got to experience this sort of setups. And I'm glad that the PNG Olympic Committee has come up with ideas such as this to get all Olympians together, and also the upcoming Olympians, and also athletes who have not been able to make the Olympics, but they have been part of the sport, or it has been part of their career. So it is a great deal and a great experience to be back here in Papua New Guinea, and also experiencing and to be part of this Olympic Day.
And coincidentally, Dika's birthday falls on this day as well, making it extra special for her.
This Olympic Day means a lot to me, because as an Olympian, it's also my birthday. So it does mean something to me. It feels that I was born to become an Olympian.
Fellow Olympians in the mix included the likes of Toya Whistle, Yamalauna, and Morea Baru. Notably, Morea Baru stands as the top-performing athlete to date for Papua New Guinea by finishing 6th in the world at the 2016 Rio Olympics. For the Olympic Day itself, an Olympic-themed film screening was put up later that evening at the Mosby Arts Theatre, where 11 of Papua New Guinea's 62 Olympians turned up as well. The week's events concluded today here in the capital. We'll take a quick break here, and PNGFA President John Kapi-Natto joins us when we return. Welcome back. You're watching Sports Scene. Joining us in studio now is the PNG Football Association President, Mr. John Kapi-Natto. Mr. Kapi-Natto, thank you so much for making time for Sports Scene.
Thank you, Dini, and it's good to be here.
All right. First of all, congratulations on you getting re-elected as president of PNGFA. First question, obviously, what are some of your plans in this new term as president?
Right. I mean, that's quite a question that would probably take about 20 or 30 minutes. But
in general,
yeah, in general, I think basically that has been lacking in the past is putting the governance back into PNG football. And for the last 21 months, it was setting up the governance in terms of the administration, the finance, and then it filters down all through the competitions. So for the last 21 months, that has been a job that I've been doing. So we finally have reached the top. We're probably at about 95%, let me say 98, probably completed now. So with the election just came on, we're going forward.
That's good.
Now, Mr. Kapi-Natto, like just moving forward for 2020 and the remaining part of the year, it's been a year that we probably want to say was a bad dream, and you know, something that I think all sports in general are feeling. You know, this new normal that's happened now. The National Soccer League will hopefully get started shortly. What about the other sanctioned competitions around the country for PNGFA?
Yes. Two competitions. One is the member local soccer association throughout the country. We have 18 of them.
Yep.
I think through the words of FIFA president saying that you have to respect the country, you have to respect their health and their protocols.
Yep.
So people's lives comes first. So by hearing that, the executive committee members of PNGFA put our local competition on recess. Okay. And then, but the only competition is the National Soccer League, because we need to qualify a team at the end of the year. So that's scheduled for 1st of July, but then depends again on the SOE and the COVID. If anything comes up, we may have to adjourn it again. But we're locking it for the first week of August to kick off.
The NSL have submitted your COVID-19 requirements to the controller?
Yes, Laura, we have done that, and we're just waiting for feedback from them. Yep. Once that comes, I think the board is there, and the acting CEO is there, and then they will kick off come 1st of August.
You know, with this new normal, this pandemic, so basically competition for the NSL will be Moresby and Lay only?
Yes, Laura. I think I've advised the board that because two teams, one team is in Madang, and the other team is in Goroka. So they both will have to come up to Lay and then to Port Moresby. So it'll be at the PFS and the Kapi-Natto Stadium. So it'll be controlled very well. So we're taking all those measures as well. Yeah.
All right. Now, would you be able to give us an insight of probably the regional events or international events happening in the near future?
Yes. All right. With that, as you know, on Monday I had because I'm also the vice president of Oceania Football. So on Monday I had a whole day on Zoom with OFC. Now they have also put all their competitions back, even probably to 2021. You know, because of the territorial borders that the clubs cannot fly in to play. So all the competition has been put back by OFC as well. So all the other member countries around the region are also following that approach. Unless the territorial borders are open, even though the teams travel also, they must have a 14 days quarantine as well. Absolutely. So it's sort of really tough at the moment, just hoping that a miracle happen, I guess.
Now you said there's 18 affiliates or associations that are affiliated to the PNGFA.
Yes.
Is there room for more expansion? You know, as you sat in for 2 years in office.
Yes.
Now a full term.
Yes.
Being re-elected. What are the plans to extend PNGFA?
Yeah, Laurie. You know, when I got in 2018, I said one of my vision is to take football to all the regions of the country. Now, we want to be a federation that fulfills that. And so I did that in 2018. When we came up to the last Congress, I took it to the ESCO. I said, it's better that we don't keep it on only 18. I said, we need to get our federation and affiliation to the rest of the 9 other provinces that are missed out. You know, like KVing and East and West Sepik, Millen Bay, you know, they love football out there. So during that Congress, you know, everybody gave a vote. So now our technical guys, our member association managers, now will work with those 9. So we bring them as a family of football, but they will be on a status of provisional members. So they've got to meet the compliances before they become a full membership. So I think it's really good that we're spreading the code throughout the country.
Yes, absolutely. Mr. Kapi-Natto, before we let you go, anything else you would like to add? Any new information for our viewers?
Well, I'd like to thank the 18 members associations that have the faith and believe in me, and so that we all are working together. Now PNGFA has a new board, new executive committee members. So now we're putting all our plans together. We have a strategic plan. It's the governance, growing the game. You know, we need to find a way. We need to have a roadmap. So now that we've come together, we have a strategic plan. Now we're going to move it forward and take the football right throughout the country.
Well, Mr. Kapi-Natto, thank you so much for coming on to Sports Scene tonight, and we do wish you and PNGFA all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Denny. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you. All right, we'll head out for a break now, and when we come back, we'll wrap things up here on Sports Scene. Welcome back to Sports Scene. If you've just joined us, unfortunately, this is the last segment here on the show, but do not fret. You can always go onto EMTV website and check out the programs and look for Sports Scene episode 10 to view the show, or check out our Sports Scene Facebook page and you'll find a link to the episode there as well. Lawrence?
Yeah, thanks, Dee. This is where we wrap things up, but please do, all right, get in touch with us if you have a story, a tip, or you would like to participate on the show in any way. Also for your sporting bodies, your teams, the athletes, you can reach us at the following places, okay? Email sports@mtv.com.pg, message us on the Sports Scene Facebook page, or call us on 312-9200. If you don't have that and you want to run to the Garden City, why not? Come and see us here, level 2, and we'll be more than happy to slot you in.
To the weekend preview now, and the NRL Telstra Premiership Round 7 will see the following matches. Panthers take on Rabbitohs opening this round tonight, and on Friday, Warriors will meet Storms, while Dragons will also go up against the Roosters. Saturday's matches will see Cowboys versus Knights, followed by Broncos versus Titans, and Eels take on Raiders much later on. And on Sunday, Sharks take on Seagulls, and West Tigers versus Bulldogs to close this round. All right, so this has been another episode of Sports Scene. Do join us same time, same place next week. I'm Lawrence Lahari.
And I'm Lawrence Lahari.
Good night.
Good night.
Coming up next week.